Hey there. Today I'm going to try something completely different. I'm going to start with the colors already chosen and then take two patterns and mash it together best I can, trying to complement the colors that I've already picked out. So this is really trying to test my creative abilities and come up with something new. I have no idea how this is going to go, so let's get to it and roll that intro. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AKAAWOL, and today I am mashing up two patterns together. And let's see, the first one is 69419, and the second one here is 69697. So, like I was said in the intro, I am starting off with a set number of colors. So I'm going to make myself a little swatch over here of the colors. So one is, well, two of them are red. Where is this so weird? Oh, because it's over in the purpley area. I get it. So one's a dark red. That looks good. We'll use the pencil tool. So there's a dark red. The next one is more of a lighter, yeah, right about there. And then we have three greens. So let's come off of this. One is light like that. One is, I'm actually looking at the strands here, trying to actually match this fairly well. Kind of like that. And then there is one that is kind of a grayish to it, like, sure, like that. Okay, so there are my five colors that I'm using. So let's get these patterns here. Get the select tool and grab this up. Control C, paste that over here. I need to rotate it before we start on anything. Just a quick 90 degrees is all. And it doesn't matter which direction it rotates because it's actually kind of the same. I now need the scale tool, which enlarges it. Okay. The moving it tool, bring it up here. We're going to start with this pattern at the top, I think. And now we anchor that layer. And we go get the other one. Now this pattern is one I was thinking for the middle. I haven't given this a whole lot of thought yet, which is kind of, I think what's going to make this interesting is I haven't really kind of pre-planned anything, and I'm really not sure what we'll make of this, to be honest. But I have faith in myself, I have faith in my ability to create patterns, and yeah, so we're just going to rotate it and enlarge it just like we did with the last one. That looks pretty good. Get the moving tool. Put this closer to the middle like that. There we go. And we anchor that layer as well. So I think with this one, what we want to do is we want to start at the top. Now, the strings I pulled, you saw that picture, is I have two of the reds. So this pattern here requires two strings to do what it does. So we're going to make the red, whoops, Control Z. I had to unfill a whole section. That was not what we wanted to do. So the red is going to come out and make the first box like this. Right, so let's zoom in a little bit, take a look at what's going on here. The red comes in again. Like that. Right, so we have the box, then we have this little bit in the middle, and we have something of contrast going inside of that. Well, let's first kind of pen in our reds here. So yeah, we're already up to an interesting start. Like, this is really kind of neat. We could go light, medium, and dark with this, right? That might give us a nice amount of contrast. I'm not sure if I want to go with the lighter color on the inside of this, or if I want to go with the darker. When creating and stuff, I mean, that's kind of one of the big dilemmas, isn't it? Trying to decide how you're going to lay out the colors, and because there's potentially so many good ideas, it's trying to figure out where to decide. So yeah, so the box in here comes outwards and makes the next one. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, we can run this ahead a little bit, kind of see where this is going. We don't want to be too hasty on big color choices, because we need to maybe have a look to see how this pattern interacts with the other pattern. So that's another possibility to seeing where this goes. So 2 diamonds kind of only gets us this far. I'm not sure how many of these we're going to do. Obviously, this is going to use this string an awful lot. This is when you're going to allot for cutting their strings, you're going to want to make sure that these reds are cut fairly long, I'm guessing. And I think we're going to have to go at least one more. Let's see where that takes us. So this is seriously, I have not tried planning out anything in advance for this. I have no idea what this is going to make. So, and I think that challenging yourself with stuff like this, like just taking 2 random patterns and trying to match them together, I think is not just fun, but it really tests your creative capabilities and gives you a chance to really explore friendship bracelets in a different way. So yeah, I think that's about as far as we're going to bring that. We're close to the middle, and we're going to want to do something with that. Now the question is, this diamond creating thing, is that the same as what goes into here? It could, right? Because what's interesting in this shape is sort of this kind of block right here, right? Alternatively, whatever the color is that's on the outside could come in and become a different thing for the center. That might look cool as well. I don't know. Let's Yeah, we're going to come in with something else because, and here's what I just realized, this color here is supposed to be what comes in and makes the X. And if we stayed with the red, that color would be this red again, and we would basically be making almost the same exact pattern. So whatever color is coming out over here should be the color that comes into the middle, and then whatever color is here will be the color that goes inside. So the inside color, let's go with the light green for the inside of this, because that color is going to, is going to be the color that pops up over here. So that's cool. I think it is. We'll see. But I think I'm making an executive decision, and we will go with that. So this is the light green. In the light green and the dark red, that should be a pretty nice contrast. It doesn't have to be a dark on dark to get a good look. But yeah, we can trace this all the way back to the beginning, and then we can figure out the other two strings. And so far, judging by the way the pattern runs here, I'm gonna say this is a bracelet that will probably move along fairly quickly. I kind of like when that happens. That's always nice, when you don't have to sit there and fight with a whole bunch of zigzags for no apparent reasons or difficulties, you know. So this is relatively an easier bracelet to work on. Okay. Do we put the dark here and then the medium out here? Or the dark on the outside and the medium here? This is the dark. Let's go this way with it. We'll take and say that the dark comes in here. Right, because that makes a very good outline. And then the dark can come from either one of these two spaces. So we still leaving some options open as to which way the strings will go. So this is where it's coming into this part of the pattern here, right? So this comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it comes out to there. And then it comes in a couple, and then back out, and a couple back out, and back in. And that is going to work out perfect because the pattern is going to continue on the other side of this. So that is great. Now, this color here is what makes the X. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So we have the darkest green and the lightest green working together. And it is making the little X's. And we happened to end it up perfectly with this part of the pattern here. Wasn't sure how that was going to work, but yeah. So the color on the inside is the red. This is what is inside of there. So that's cool. Instead of just kind of disappearing and not being a big part of the rest of the bracelet, the red does these little things to accent what the greens are doing. So that's pretty cool. So now the color out here stays as the same color, whichever one that is. Let's see. Do we want the green to be the outer color? Because that would be real easy. Yeah. We'll make the dark green the outer color. Because of the way it plays a bigger role, it's going to take on a little bit more of what's happening in this area, and then it'll be the medium green that just it works as a little bit of an accent. And if you'll notice, I could have just ran this green straight down the side, but I'm going this way with it because it will actually lend itself as being an easier marker when making the bracelet, when you're seeing which color to change up on. It just makes it a little bit easier. There. And then the medium green will be out there. So let me grab that. This one. That's weird. We still have two strands. Dark, medium. Oh. Oh, we still have the other pink. Oh. I got so busy with the greens, I forgot that we have that pinkish color. Let's put the pink in here and see where that goes. Yeah, because that'll give just a little hint of something nice. I was wondering, like, wait, I've got paths here for two different strings. That doesn't make any sense. I forgot that there's this pinkish color. Okay. So yeah, the pink will make the little accents up here, and then the medium green will actually just be in the middle area. That's different. That's really cool. So as you can see, yeah, I have had no idea where I was going with this. Almost missed out on the whole color thing here. That, you know, and by right, I could have actually have just used the medium green, skipped this whole color altogether. It would have worked out fine. But this gives that area just a little bit more something to play with. Just a little pop of interest, I think. Because it's not a dominating color. It's not, you know, like running a fluorescent or something in there where it's going to stand out more than anything else. It's just going to kind of soften the effect of the red. So that's cool. Now the green works its way through. It stays mostly at the edge. Kind of comes in a little bit. Nothing crazy. So yeah, this is going to be a fun pattern to make. I'm going to quite look forward to this one. We still have a lot of strings to sort out down here at the bottom, don't we? That's okay. We know that it'll work. We know that all the colors that need to be in a place are where they need to be. We just have to sort out where the strings go, so that way when we're looking at the pattern trying to make this, we can see where they turn or what's the underlying thing. So Alright, we've got this pinkish one. And you can see we're just following in the empty spaces that are left behind. Oh, I should, before I do that, fill in the obvious ones that we can see, like this dark green. There we go. This is not bad. Okay, so back to this, the pinkish one. Just kind of follows its path down here, cuts in, cuts back out, cuts in, and back out. That's easy peasy. The red here is going to have some crossover points, so if one of the strands is longer than the other, you'll be able to actually choose which one to use. So that's always handy, because there are two of the reds. When I say two, technically there's four coming down, but there's two on each side. So and that's all the strings. So wow, okay. Now we get the rectangular select tool, and we get it to go right to that little line down there. Get the whole thing in, Control C, Control V. We get the flip tool and flip it over, take the move tool and slide this on down. And wow, it actually went exactly where it needs to go. That's always nice, I like when that happens. We anchor the layer and take a look at our creation. That went pretty quickly, and if you look, this pattern down here is almost the same size as 1, 2, 3, 4 bumps. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it turned out exactly the same size as that inner area of this one. So the colors are much different. Obviously, the red isn't making the X in the middle; it's a green, and the green is making the outside. But it's essentially the same thing. And there's our whole pattern. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That actually went pretty quickly, and actually ended up being the right number of knots and stuff. So yeah, unexpected. So if you like the video, if you want to help support the channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon. You can like and comment and share the video. That always helps. As well as you can actually visit my webpage, AKAAWOL.com, and check out the shop there. And bracelets like this will be made available as I make them. So yeah, thanks again for hanging out this long with me. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.